I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to show you how to paint this pretty pink birthday cake. We're going to jump right in here really quickly. I have the final painting on the left, so you can reference that as we paint. And this is super easy. It will take you less than 10 minutes. So I'm just starting off with some magenta, and I'm using a flat brush, which makes it really, really easy to draw the layers of the cake. So we're going to start in with some very watery pigment or watery paint, and then I'm going to drop a little bit of pigment in the bottom. As far as placement goes, you'll want to start this first layer of the cake a little like under the halfway mark, and you'll want the width of your cake to be about a third of your paper size. So right in the center. So then I'm just drawing in the layers with whatever paint is left on my brush for the first three. So the first layer has a heavier paint, and then the next two lines have less paint in them. And on this third line, I'm dropping in a little bit of Indian yellow. And after I paint that, then I'm just going to come back with the residual of what is left on my brush and paint two more lines. And it is really that simple. For the very last one, I did add a little bit of water to my brush because it was getting a little dry. And look at that. You're already done. You're already done with your cake. All right. So after we do this, we are going to add the base of the cake. And for the base of the cake, I used a mixture of dioxazine purple and it was just kind of palette mud, to be honest. So it had a little bit of anthraquinone blue and some burnt umber, but really use what you have. These are just color suggestions. This would also look beautiful if you did like blues or purples for the cake, or even like some oranges and yellows. I mean, the possibilities are endless here. You could match your cake to whatever you're giving the person for their birthday gift. That would be awesome. So the bottom of the cake, super easy. It's literally just a line straight across. And if you look really closely, my line was actually super wobbly. I probably drank too much coffee today. So after you do that line across the bottom, you're going to make like a little C shape on the left to make it look like it's going behind the cake. And then a backwards reverse C shape on the right. And then for the edge of the cake platter, you are just going to do some little like scallopy lines. And if they're a little wonky, it's okay. Just trust the process. It's going to look fine in the end. Then we're going to add in our base, which is basically just like a triangle below the cake. And as you can see, I was a little finicky with it. Like I kept adjusting how thick it is and how long it is on each side. So just start a little small and fill in as you go and adjust the size that you need. This was my warm up painting today. I was just warming up, so definitely not on my game. Anybody could do this. And then I'm just running down the right side or the center between the two lines of the cake stem with some water to let all of that pigment float in. And at the end, I did kind of darken up the bottom of the cake stand, and I added a little bit of a shadow. That's totally optional, however you want to do it. So once you're satisfied, you feel like you have some good symmetry at the bottom, then we will move on to the flowers on top. So for the flowers on top, I'm going to use the same colors. So the magenta, and actually I think my magenta is a quinacridone rose, but very close, very similar. So any kind of pretty pink that you have on your palette will work just fine, and some Indian yellow. And so I put a little bit of each on my brush, and this is my dagger brush, which you all may know I love and comment on constantly because I just love it that much. Okay, so back to the painting. With the dagger brush, I'm just making some little petal shapes. So you can lay down the tip of your brush and then like press into the page and make it really easy. Maybe another video, I will show you guys how to make some really simple flowers with a round brush with just using it almost like a stamp. It's awesome. Okay, so we got our left flower in, and then we're gonna put our right flower in. And these don't have to be exact. Like flowers are very forgiving. So if you feel like you didn't get the shape exact, don't worry. You can always come back and adjust it a little bit. I would say try to leave a little bit of like white space between the petals. And then I also left some white space in the center of the petals so that I could add the, the dark at the end. You'll get it. You'll see. So once you have all three flower shapes in, they kind of really don't look like flowers yet, but they will, I promise. I'm going to draw some lines coming out. Those are kind of just some guidelines for myself. I go over them later in green, but just so I have the right feel to my little buds coming out. And we're going to do a couple buds on the right, a couple buds on the left, and a couple coming out of the top of the cake. And same thing just with my magenta. And these are literally just a quick like press of the brush. And that's why I love this brush so much, because you can do like one stroke leaves, one stroke flower buds. It's just awesome. If you don't have a dagger brush, I would recommend that. Usually I say that the best art supplies are the ones you already have. Use them up. Use them up before you buy new. But maybe if you don't have a dagger brush, yeah, that's splurge worthy. Go for it. Okay, so we've got all of our buds in here. And then I'm going to come in with some green. So I mixed up this green with some phthalo blue green shade. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me. Something along those lines. It might be phthalo green, but I think it's phthalo green blue shade. Doesn't really matter that much. And I mixed in some azo green. I'm giving you guys all the wrong colors. Just mix a green. And whatever green you get, add a little bit of like burnt umber or raw sienna, just a teeny tiny bit. And it's going to make it look much more natural. So you could use a brighter green. I kind of use this, I don't know, slightly muted neutral color green. You could use a more blue green. That might look interesting too, depending upon the color scheme that you do with your cake. But yeah, whatever green you got is a good green. And I'm just popping in some leaves, a couple leaves here and there in between each bloom. You can kind of look for a little bit of symmetry. That's always nice. But if it's not perfect, don't worry. My trick to when paintings don't look perfect is sometimes I just add some splatter, and that just makes it look great. And worst case scenario, it's only paper. Take it off and trash it and start all over again. There's no harm in that. No one will ever know. I promise you. Just throw it away. Just start new. All right. So final step, I'm going to grab some dioxazine purple here, also mixed with the blue and a little bit of brown in it. So it makes a really, really dark color. And with the tip of my brush, I'm just dotting in a few dots in the center of each of those flowers. Ta-da, you're done. So yeah, maybe add this, cut it out, or add it to a greeting card on the front of the greeting card, and you have a great card. Happy painting!